going on, guys? It's September. It's actually April 11th, and it's still in the Holy Week for Monday. It's 14 after 9 p.m. How have I been doing? Shit. A lot of stuff to talk about sometimes. I want to talk about Easter, but tax season. Rolling around the same time Easter is. Hardest thing to deal with is the holiday season. Two holiday seasons, actually. For a bookkeeper income tax specialist, the holiday season is tax day, when the taxes are due between April 13th and the 18th, depending on which particular day they happen to fall under. Tax collections usually falling under, away from the holiday season, but also during the weekday up to Saturday. No one does Sunday. No way you collect things on Sunday. And so every specialist is busy. Double checking, triple checking, making sure everything's right. So IRS doesn't have a field day. But what if you owe? You screwed up somewhere. And now the IRS and state are coming after you. I don't have any answers for that one for the general public, but for myself. Panic. I had been used to dealing with my mother handling all the taxes in the family. She'd handle David, mine, and hers at the same time. Of course, she put ours on extension mostly because she had to deal with her clients first, and then get the paperwork taken care of and submit it at her own time, but usually within a 3 or 4 month period. And personally, I prefer getting the damn thing done and over with and getting it out. But when you have a business running like crazy, Ma had to think about the clients first before us. And that was it. We kept doing all the running around, giving the clients the paperwork necessary to mail in, or we'd mail it in for them. But they would have a copy of the paperwork anyway, necessary. And that's quite an adventure, I'll tell you. Sometimes they'd come over to the house, whatever place we were living at, when they were doing the taxes. And at times, not so much. Well, Ma started losing her faculties. Slowly. She started losing her business. She kept trying to struggle with our taxes, mostly. Trying to get those continuing, but there had been a couple of times she just totally missed it, and then after that, she just stopped. She just stopped entirely. I'll tell you one thing. I learned some things concerning about taxes, that if you're late on these damn things, you don't want to piss off the IRS or your local state franchise tax board. IRS may forgive your ass, but the states never do. Unless they got a program out there to save your ass, you gotta grovel like crazy with these guys. And since my mother and my brother had passed away a long time ago, I still have to deal with taxes. I still have to deal with the filing all by myself. It's not that easy to deal with. I mean, emotionally, I feel like I'm a little kid trying to figure this thing out. little boxes on there, and then you got the instructions that look like stereo instructions. Fit slab A into put tab A into slot B. You're trying to figure out where everything fits into. What figures are going into that and what figures going into this. That's why people kept giving it all to specialists because they could figure the damn thing out. The taxes were never exactly the easiest damn thing for people to deal with, but they had to figure it out. Calculators left and right, receipts, paperwork all over the place. They had to store everything for it. Well, with electronics these days, if you got everything else stored electronically, hard copied, it makes it a lot easier for the storage, I'll tell you that much. But when you don't, well, hell breaks loose. I had to take steps necessary to take care of my own situations. And I'm not quite sure if I made the right decisions or not on this one. I'm hoping it's the right one. Because I have no one to guide me on this one that I trust. And the ones I trusted are dead already. Hell, even my brother even had problems trying to trust. The only place he'd go to was H&R Block. So did I for my own taxes. But when it comes down for protecting myself from anybody else, I need something than a tax specialist. I need something like an EA. And I don't know any EAs. So, the federal government's got a program out there for tax relief, tax forgiveness. I'm hoping I picked the right company this time. It scares me if I didn't. Putting it into a situation this month where I don't want to be in the first place. But have to get this damn thing done and have to get it done. I got so stressed out about the whole situation today that I forgot about a doctor's appointment that I was supposed to do. I don't know how to apologize to him. But I am scared. I am scared. There have been some times during this past few days that I felt okay, and then everything else hits me with a ton of bricks. And then I'm going to bed shaking my head, and I'm shaking inside. And I'm not quite sure whether or not if I'm going to be waking up, period, in the morning. Just not quite sure how to expect the unexpected at this point. That's how I'm putting it myself. This is virgin territory for me. And I'm going to have to make apologies to the doctor and my medical group about this one. I panicked. I completely forgot, and I was waking up from a nap. And then there was the texts. Oh my God. You talk about embarrassment. I would prefer, screw the damn prefer. In the morning, I got to send a letter over to the doctor and to the message center and apologizing like crazy. And telling the truth that I was taking a nap, forgot about the damn thing, panicked like crazy, should have been taking care of it, and I wouldn't have been in my right mind. But then again, if my mind was really roughed up right there, it would have been perfect to talk to doctors about it. We try to be sometimes not so much unsettled when we're seeing doctors, but when we see doctors, we're frantically driving ourselves nuts. Me, on the other hand, I wanted to get the hell and stay the hell away from doctors, period. Because I didn't want to deal with it. I was too damn afraid. Didn't want to be hurt. Didn't want to be scammed. Didn't want anything. But I had asked for this. I had asked for the damn appointment and I screwed up on it. Only because I was so frustrated about this morning. I wasn't quite sure if this was going to work or not. I heard reviews about this place. Mixed. And I'm just hoping maybe I've made the right choice. Trying to protect myself one way or another. And it costs. It costs. We'll see what happens this month. I got 20 days to survive it through this time. I just hope that I don't know how to make rectify and I don't know how to fix the damn thing if I'm supposed to. I was supposed to be talking about Easter, how this holiday makes me feel. But since we're talking about right next to tax day, taxes really screw me over. And I have to get this damn thing done for paperwork's sake. When you do financial grants and loans and stuff, they go through the IRS and they go through the paperwork that you've already sent to them. And you qualify, fine. If you don't, well, then you don't. And so far, I haven't had any problems yet. I don't want any. So it makes me nervous as hell. It's hard enough for me to trust people, period. It's a trust situation going on. I mean, the doctor trusted me to make an appointment with him, and he's taking his time out to do that. And he probably thinks I'm untrustworthy at this point over here. And I wouldn't blame the guy in the first place. I've got major trust issues going on left and right. I don't trust anybody else with my damn financial situation at this point over here. And I gave stranger complete financial information that I got screwed up on. And I'm still not quite convinced that I made the right damn decision or not. But I'm sticking with it anyway just to see what the hell goes on. Just to see how screwed I am going to be in the first place. And I had to talk about this damn thing because it was driving me all freaking nuts all day. Tomorrow I got to go walk on a campus and go get educated and talk to a teacher and listen to whatever kind of lecture he's got going on this time. But then afterwards, take care of other things. And hope that I got the right information for people. Because right now, I am not doing so well. I was supposed to be talking about how well this holiday is supposed to be for me. How spiritual and how stuff. I'm not feeling it. I'm feeling the nerves. I'm feeling the heebie-jeebies. I'm feeling like I'm screwing myself over left and right one way or another. I'm panicking over food stocks of things. Generally, I don't order, and yet I'm ordering some of them anyway because I don't know. In the past, I wouldn't. Now I am. I'm scratching my head. Why? Why a case of chili? Why a case of mushrooms? Why a case of pineapple? Pineapple's delicious anyway. And mushrooms, I can use it for different things. But chili? Boxes of rice-a-roni chicken flavor or stir-fried rice? Or how about freeze-dried potatoes? It seems like I'm going on some kind of survivalist situation, or even boxes of cereal or bags of granola. Maybe I'm panicking because of something I'm panicking about. I was watching a show, 9/11, this evening, a short time ago. They're dealing with a lady who's got a condition in her brain, but not her mind. It's still the squishy organ, except parts of it are just considered as subconscious, and the others as conscious. So deal with it is either the brain, the mind, or the squishy organ that you're looking at entirely. But it's to me, it's the squishy organ uh, doing subdivisions in itself. And you see a woman had changed personality who's not afraid, and that's what scares her. That she's got this fearless situation going on, and it freaks her out every so often when this thing comes out. It's either a personality situation or some kind of medical condition or something. Whatever it is, I think it was schizophrenic or something. But some guy wants to rob her at a gas station in the story, and she goes out and pours gas on the guy, and she says, "I'm not afraid of you, but you should be afraid of me." She pulls out a big lighter, not even lit yet. Somehow she gets talked down. The guy's going after her. She takes the gas nozzle, whaps the guy upside the head, and then runs. Gets in the car and leaves. Next thing you have is a 911, and she's on top of a refinery or something, overlooking things. Perfect place to go splat. And she's not afraid, and she's calling 911 about herself, about not being afraid of doing this damn thing. And she doesn't understand why she's not afraid. Maybe because something inside of ourselves that we had to look for people to take care of them. And then it's kind of hard to take care of ourselves. And in that lesson there, I was hearing me. I mean, growing up, it was mama taking care of me one way or another until I had to be old enough to start taking care of myself. Start learning how to cook for myself, clean for myself, uh, work and keep a job and keep money rolling in, and learning how to keep and maintain the job. Learning how to get clothing for the work, keep it in good condition, and continue to get jobs whenever I can. To continue to work, continuing to produce for the family. And in this situation, I was producing for the family, serving the family at this point over here, caregiving for the family if you want to look at it that way. But I looked at the caregiving situation, especially when Ma and Dave were getting ill. That's when I put on the mantle of the caregiver, unless I've already had that ongoing for a long while. Unless I already had that ongoing for a while. But caring about me, oh sure, go to a bookstore and have fun with that one, or go to a comic book store if I can. Toy Story every once in a great while. But mostly books. When I can afford them, I can get to a bookstore and then I could drool over the damn things. But uh, things happen. You lose things, and you lose a library, and library that I built up for a hell of a long while. It tore a piece of me out. I hadn't quite recovered on that one. Not to mention records and albums. That's another piece right there. And pin collections I had. Things that I had valued for years, gone forever. pieces or remnants are still around somehow. So it's kind of hard to deal with that kind of loss. It was kind of hard to deal with that kind of loss, that kind of personality change. And it wasn't about trust. It was about trying to deal and cope with life was throwing at me, and I had to deal with the damn curveballs. I was trying all my best to just to take care of things around the house, you know. And then you lose a house, you lose a home. It's bad enough losing a matriarch. You lose a home and go homeless, and finally get another place to substitute to live. Not quite the same because the matriarch's already gone. But now your old brother's dying, and now you gotta start taking care of him more and more. More caregiving, pump it out. And if there was something for me to do, I was talked into it by going out to go to college, get the long lost degree. Now may be the perfect time for it, because there may not be another time. Okay, fine, I get talked into the thing. And I start pumping out with the grades. And I start doing okay, slowly but surely, building up on it. Until he dies. And then I'm seeing my whole life change before me. Completely, utterly. Because now I gotta look after myself. I gotta deal with this shit myself. I gotta deal with taxes myself. I gotta deal with the finances myself. I gotta deal with the bills. Besides trying to do the normal, trying to cook for yourself and clean up after yourself if you can. But that's going more and more lax and lax and lax. And the food, you're just grabbing whatever kind of crap's out there and forgetting what you learned along the way of how to cook, how to be a cook, how to cook for yourself. Instead of cooking for a family, you're cooking for yourself, and I can't do it. It's like I depend more and more on damn fast food than I do on how to cook a recipe. A recipe. I could tell people what I used to do. But what can I do now? What can I do? And I guess that scares the hell out of me even worse. Because I'm not quite sure of anything anymore. Said before, some days I'd wake up and I'm functioning, other days I'm not. You know, a long while ago, my feet were killing me left and right. And for a week or two, since getting some hot water on them, kind of mellowed them out a little bit and taking a couple of showers, and I was able to feel better in my feet. Now they're starting to hurt me again. You know, it has to be with the cold. It's got to be. But I am not doing the best I can. I know I'm not. Because if I was, I wouldn't be feeling this way. I would not be being this way. I'd be something else. And I'm having a hard time. I'm having a hard time trying to deal with it. You know, watching that 9/11, seeing this one firefighter who was a brave guy and been through several things, and he's changing his personality into something dealing with more pain and hurt than he's ever done before. And coming to grips and the pain and realizations are coming to life of what he can and can't do anymore, or for a time until maybe he can get off his, you know, get his head squared away. But it still reminds me of me. It's still telling me about me. I mean, I've seen too many damn postings out there in social media what people think concerning about how to deal with the stuff I've got going on. And I'm having a hard time trying to deal and cope with that one too. This season doesn't exactly make it hard for me either. I mean, this was the tax season. This was my mother's season. Easter was my family's season. I mean, my brother and I would order honey baked ham. Huge monster that would feed us for about a week. He'd make a huge thing of potato salad. Always with a special flavoring. Not too tart, not too sweet, not too salty. Has to be in the range. And we'd have that and ham for Easter and leftovers afterwards. Now I don't even have that anymore. Not the potato salad. This was experimentation concerning about the sauce of potato salad. Still, you needed onions and you needed potatoes. And you needed the hard-boiled eggs in it. Everything had to be cut up. But it was the sauce that you had to make enough of to make sure that you had the amounts right and mix it in with it. I screwed up on that one a long time ago. Dave couldn't do it in his later years. He didn't know how. And I had to remember a lot of it. Then when he left, I've been struggling trying to remember some of the stuff I used to cook for the whole family that I can't even fix for myself. Yeah, this hasn't been the easiest or fun time in April. I have to deal with memories. And I have to deal with reality. And I'm trying to deal with it. And I don't even know how to tell a doctor about this. How the hell would I be able to tell a doctor about what the hell's going on with me? Does he have time in his busy life to see maybe a half an hour of a guy ranting and raving? To apologize what the hell's going on? I have suffered through a hell of a lot growing up. Heart surgery, death, dealing with a few near-death experiences in my youth. Accident here, accident there, car accidents. Let's imagine when it started at all, heart surgery. 4 years old. 3 times dead, 3 times alive. Then my behavior started changing all throughout. I depended on my mother and my brother for support. And they also depended on depended upon me for support. A lot of jobs. Worked my ass off. Well, you screw up in high school, you screw up in college, you gotta work your ass off. And I did. I did. But thank God I'm grieving, I'm still alive. And I'm worrying whether or not if the next day or the next day I still got a roof over the head. If I'm going to be broke or not to survive for the next 21 days. That way I'll be able to find ways to eat. Lucky this month I got a credit coming from the state of California for the energy. So I don't have to pay anything this month. That's good. Because I needed that savings there to at least get me some food. EBT card helps as well. But the thing is, the struggle, the struggle, the struggle. When I got into a workers' comp accident back in 2012, I had a tire fall on my face. Dropped on it like a damn hand grenade. I'm surprised I didn't die right there. And it summed up orthopedics at one particular arbitrator office said, "Oh, he's fine. He's fine." A lot of good, that son of a bitch knows anything concerning about mentality or about how a back would turn into a little bit of arthritis. Not to mention having neck issues every once in a while as well. I'll still feel the tenderness every so often. And I'll still feel the headaches. And I'll still feel the accident one way or another. I may not dream the whole damn thing, but I've had portions of things coming after me left and right trying to kill me. That's not exactly normal, I'll tell you that much. But I'm dealing with life as it is. I still don't trust or like anybody. I may try to sound like I'm easygoing, but I'm not. I just have to keep my wits about me. I've had anxiety attacks where haven't been able to breathe. When the PTSD kicked in, about several months after the firing, and earlier than that, the tire drop on my face that damn near killed me. I was at another place. This happened at Walmart's, by the way. I went to another Walmart for shopping with my brother, and we didn't go. We were going in there for a complete circuit, just to check the place out, and I was already feeling uncomfortable. The gut was rolling, and I was already feeling faint. But I had to fight it off. We get in there at the damn tire department, and I'm fighting off the effects left and right. We get out with a few groceries and a few items that we needed, and go into another store, and that's where it hit. I doubled over, trying to capture my breath, and nobody is paying attention to this shit. Except my brother, who's already been through the damn thing before. He went through the military, and in the military, you get out PTSD. That's what he ended up before he passed away. Nobody called 911 on me anyway. But my brother told me I had to get help. And at the time, we were still living in Lancaster, so it was LA County. And I was under the ORSA situation. They had a clinic on I-10th I still need to get medical records from that had both medical and psychological. I need to order them physically out of these guys. I need to. And that happened well after my workers' comp situation. I can tell you that I was there for 5 years, both the physical and the mental health, until I got out of LA County. It wasn't much matter for me staying around anyway. Ma was dead, we were evicted, we had to go somewhere. Hello, Kern. I didn't get any doctor's visits. I didn't get any mental health. I stayed the hell away from everybody. But I still needed to eat. And I still had the nightmares, and I still dealt with it. I'm also dealing with a damn bug that's bugging me right now. Damn flies. It hasn't been easy for me to deal with it. I stayed the hell away from doctors because I couldn't trust them anymore. Well, especially when I had a doctor trying to tell me that I had white lab coat syndrome and I knew I had PTSD. I researched. And not WebMD, no other things I researched through. Medical journals, medical paperwork, checking at all the symptoms I was exhibiting. That's why I had to fight like hell. That's why I had to fight like hell with Social Security to get where I was going. Tell them what the hell was going on mentally and physically. And it wasn't easy. It came worse right after my brother's death in 2018. 2019 is like 4 or 5 months away from his anniversary. That I just wanted one day just to go over to a bookstore just to see if I could shop. I didn't realize I was setting myself up for a major attack. Senior Center on Yucca and Fern. Not on Yucca and Fern. And current transit dropped me off over there, and I'm already going through the motions. I'm already feeling the anxiety. I'm seeing images of my brother smoking in different places, left and right. Memories popping up, and it was scaring the hell out of me. I get on the #1 bus, and I'm getting my ass over towards Antelope Valley Mall area because I know there was a bookstore over there I wanted to go over to. But passing by it is also passing by the place I damn near got killed. And I'm already going through the motions on that one. I'm already going through the anxiety. Because I'm having a hard time trying to breathe during that time. Now I'm having a hard time trying to breathe. Just talking about the damn thing. I had to close my eyes and not see the place as I passed it. It was the Walmart right by the 14 freeway. I'd worked there 5 years. Cashier and a sales associate. I already had a couple of injuries over there. I had fallen on my tail bum on black ice one cold March night. It was about 2007 or 2008. And they didn't see anything wrong, but it still hurt like hell. And I was still having mobility issues. That's high desert region for you. Clusterfucks. Oh, just take a couple of Tylenol. You'll be fine. Fuck. Okay, we'll stick you over to physical therapy. You should be fine through them. Clear me through after about, oh, 5 or 6 visits, and that's about it. I still have to continue the exercises. Still didn't feel right. So, struggled with what I had. Couldn't bend over as much, couldn't sit down as much, couldn't stand very much. But tell the other schmucks about that one. And I tell you, that time for anxiety, getting past that place, I couldn't deal with it. I couldn't deal with it at all. And when we got towards Antelope Valley Mall, and I was able to get off the bus, nobody's ever paying attention to some of the passengers if they're having a panic attack or not. I started observing people. So I go into Target just to check things out and having issues in there because I'm already feeling the anxiety level rising in me at this point over here where I can't even barely function. I got out of there and security didn't even bother checking on me. What is it with these people? I swear to God. The guy's going to have a nervous and mental conniption fit at this point over here, turning out to be a physical calamity here, and nobody pays attention to the damn drama. They got their own damn drama with their own damn phones or something like that. I swear, these people are idiots, I swear. But no, in the parking lot, I'm running my ass off over towards the bookstores. Because I'm thinking it's Ollie Ollie oxen free at this point over here. I'm thinking maybe the place is safe enough. I get in there and I'm breathing. And I'm smelling the paper. I'm smelling the ink. I'm smelling something familiar. Should be familiar to me to make me relax and feel like it's home. I don't feel like the bookstore's home anymore. There used to be a time I could walk into a damn bookstore when they had bookstores a long time ago, and I'd feel at home because literature came at me from all over the place, and I was absorbing it. Osmosis right through the fingers. Here comes the ink, here comes the words. I got you, pal. I'm home. I couldn't even feel that way over at B. Dalton stuff. I tried. A lot of things had changed. And none for the better, I swear. I bought a few books and got the hell out of there. I mean, I think my feet was running sometimes. And all I could do is just breathe here. This is like months after my brother has passed away. And I fight the management in this place to keep this apartment. The one where my brother passed away in, or between here and the hospital of Antelope Valley. But this is still home. Fight off bed bugs. And still try to get myself through college. COVID kicks in. And it makes everything else go hell in a handbasket. This particular semester, we're allowed back physically on the campus. And I'm having a hard time trying to adjust to everything over there now. Under other circumstances, I'd probably be hiding my ass off, not dealing with anybody or everybody. I'd gotten used to ordering things online, and not to mention going through DoorDash for food. Either by getting groceries over at Albertsons, or by getting fast food. And I used to get groceries over at a liquor store, walking over there. This is how I am. This is how I'm doing. An hour's worth of a diatribe over here. Not a diatribe, but a monologue. And I'm not happy with what's going on these days. I'm not happy talking about stuff like this. I'm not happy putting myself in a third person so people can try to understand. But it seems like I'm pointing a finger at them instead of myself. Instead of saying I, I'm putting myself in a you. That guy. Well, that guy is me going through this stuff. How the hell am I not supposed to go through this shit? And I get angry with myself at times. I get angry and I get frustrated and I get scared. And confused. The things I took for granted, the things I thought were normal, the things I thought were normal, gone. Behaviors, thought patterns, habits of cooking. I've been trying to keep an apartment clean enough all the time. I had to do that all of my life. Didn't matter which house, which apartment we lived in. Johnny had to be stuck with all of it. David was out there looking for work, or if he was working at a security job or a truck driving job, if he wasn't doing that, he'd be taking care of Ma as well, like I would. But no, I'd be going to a different job here and there. Things we do for survival in life. Anyway, I think I've taken up too much time here. I'm hitting the sack. It's a little after 10. My body's telling me I gotta get up in a few hours. Get myself ready for a bus ride to the college campus. That's my story and I'm sticking to it. This is John Cameron Weaver, zombie of Roseman, sleep issues, and God knows what else going on inside of him. Boys and girls.